Hey guys, welcome to Laughing in the Dark, the podcast where I hang out in haunted places with comedians. I'm your host, Sarah Jones. For this episode, I visited the haunted Lone Fir Cemetery in Portland, Oregon with the very funny Dylan Jenkins. Dylan co-hosts the weekly comedy show Standing Upright every Friday at 8:30 p.m. at the Ape Theater on Northeast Alberta Street. He's also a regular host at Helium Comedy Club and has even appeared on Portlandia. Let me tell you guys, Dylan and I had so much fun giggling in the graveyard. I was cracking up editing this episode. I'm so excited to finally share it with you. If you want, check out the Instagram for pictures that go along with the show at Lit Dark Podcast, LITDARK Podcast. Hope you have as much fun as we did. So I don't think we're going to get in trouble for being in the cemetery. Do you?
I have no idea.
Okay, me neither. Good. Perfect.
Get out of there.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, even in my research, though, I've found out there's, like, a volunteer group of people that, they, like, help take care of the cemetery.
Ooh, they tend to it?
Uh-huh. And those would be the only people I could think of that would be like, hey, what the fuck? And then I would just be like, it's fine. And they'd be like, oh, okay. That's how it goes in my imagination. So I'm hoping that's how it would go in real life. Okay, how do we get in? Maybe around the corner here?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never... Ooh, it's like an episode of Buffy, man.
I think down there's actually a way. I've been in this cemetery at night before.
Yeah?
Yeah, not because I was a goth kid in the early 2000s with a MySpace, but just like in general.
Yeah. When I was 19, I moved into a breakfast nook of a house just down the street. And it was something we were always like, yeah, man, let's go get 40s, we'll get fucked up in the cemetery.
Yeah.
But we never did. So it was just, you know.
So let's talk a little bit about where we are. So we're in Southeast Portland.
Yeah.
We're at the Lone Fir Cemetery. What time is it?
It's dark.
It is dark. Oh, you know what? It's 9:45.
Yeah, 9:40.
9:40, which is not even close to the witching hour, but that's okay.
We're getting here early. You know, it's like the brunch line for the witching hour.
It's the brunch line for the witching hour. Early bird catches the ghost. Smells like weed.
Yeah.
But it's Portland, so that's not that weird. Ghost weed. Oh yeah, here's the entrance. Okay.
Oh shit, here we go.
I know. Doesn't the air feel different right when you walk in here? I totally just got like a little different feeling.
Well, first off, I gotta say I kind of feel bad for like these people that it's like right off the path, you know?
Yeah.
Just high traffic.
Is that a grave?
That may not be. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know.
Or, well, okay, see, well, these people right here.
Yeah. Oh, look at the little flowers on that land. That's cute.
Oh, shit.
And this is like obviously an old gravestone, so that's kind of sweet that someone's still paying some respects to that person.
Yeah. That is an adorable little tombstone.
It really is. I wonder if it was for a child because it's so small.
Oh yeah, what's the date on those things?
It's hard to see it. September 13th, 1995 to it's
Oh,
too
that's
far
1895.
Oh, 1895. And it looks like you can't really see Down was born. But
that was like 1896?
1896, yeah. So it was like or is it maybe 1899? So as a child, it was like a 3 or 4 year old or 1 to 4 year old child. That's a bummer.
Hey, it's been a while. She's used to it now.
I think too soon.
Yeah, too soon. Whoa, dude.
It's almost just tripped on a grave. That's bad for him.
Well, see, that's part like. I feel I want to be cremated.
Yeah.
But there's part of me that's selfish. That
wants a place for people to come back to.
Someone would be like, nah, this is the one spot you got to come be sad here.
Well, I think though the memories remain. You know,
for sure.
And those are more, in some ways, I don't know. But I guess I see what you're saying, like a place to go back to actually see that person. But like my dad died in June, and I still talk to my dad all the time.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I don't have to like go visit him.
Yeah.
I have his ashes, but my cat keeps knocking him off the fucking counter, dude.
Okay, so a friend of mine's grandfather passed away. This was years ago. We were in middle school, and his grandfather was cremated, and we had this bat. They had it in a bag, and it got tipped over while they were brothers were fighting.
Oh no!
And I mean, not all of it. I would say maybe a tenth of it fell out.
They put it in a little bag that's pretty tight, but
yeah. I just remember my friend being like, "Oh fuck," and then getting the little dust buster vacuum.
No.
And
sorry, Grandpa. Shit.
I think Gramps would understand.
No, he gets it. It's fine. And I always joke about too, I have a necklace that has some of my dad's ashes in it. It's a little fern that you can wear. Yeah. And people will compliment my necklace, and I'll go, "Oh yeah, it's my dad. I have my dad in there." And they'll be like, "Oh what?" I'm like, "Yeah, they put his ashes in there." And then I'm always like, "Well, I mean, I think I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I don't know whose ashes. It's probably someone's fucking cat.
Yeah.
I don't think they pay those people a lot. They probably don't give a shit that much."
Some dude was just like, "You know what? Fuck this, man. I want to go to my lunch early."
Or they I mean, you can see things getting lost in paperwork and stuff, and just people being like, "I think this is who that is." Who gives a shit? Maybe just to expedite the process, they burn a shitload of bodies, and then they just have it all in a melting pot. So it could be a lot of people's ashes. I have no idea. Just because I feel like my dad's body produced a suspiciously large amount of ashes, between all of us to share, me and my two siblings, and his widow. So I'm just it's probably not my dad, but who cares?
And we're pretty deep in the...
Yeah. Well, what I like to do is kind of walk around, get a feel for the place. And since it's dry, which is rare, it wasn't supposed to be, that's tight, maybe we can find...
These are some epic trees, too.
Yeah, they really are. I really like the weeping willow that was over there with the gravestones. I love cemeteries. I think they're so gorgeous. So this cemetery is so big, there's separate parts. That's called Chestnut Grove. I don't know what that means, but I know that there is one part, what's it called? It's in Block 14. We're going to talk about that later. Maybe we can find a place to sit down and hang out, and I'll tell you some stories, and then we can try to find the graves or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a bed. Oh, who's that?
Okay, I think we found a spot to sit. This is pretty fucking epic.
So we are in the Lone Fir Cemetery in southeast Portland. It's about 10 p.m. So a little bit about Lone Fir. I'm gonna swallow my gum.
Gotcha.
Don't judge me. So Lone Fir.
I'm gonna be sitting here. I'm sorry, I'm judging this whole podcast now.
That's gonna stay in your stomach forever.
It's different.
I think it's different.
It's different now.
I didn't know what I was getting into.
Look, we're fucking. It's vulnerable enough, out here in the open.
When kids would say, if you swallow a seed, let
the watermelon's gonna grow in there.
It's shit. I hope that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in Lone Fir Cemetery in southeast Portland. It's about 10 p.m. Lone Fir is Portland's oldest existing cemetery. There's an estimated 25,000 people buried here.
Estimated. I like that. They're look, honestly, we don't know.
Well, we don't, and I'll get to why.
People were broke. They had to share,
They're like, who cares how many? We just ballparked it. It's got to be 25,000.
You're like, what, are you going to count it, asshole?
Yeah, exactly.
1,500.
Something like 25,000.
Yeah.
It was recognized by National Geographic, actually, as one of the top cemeteries in the world to visit.
Ooh,
because of its rich history. This cemetery spans 30 acres.
Damn.
Yeah, so this is huge. It doesn't necessarily look like it's that big, actually, but I guess it keeps going on that way.
Yeah, it's several blocks.
Yeah, that's
It's huge. Like a 2-city block wide, and then it's got to be, this is a big...
Yeah.
It's a lot of dead bodies, y'all.
Yeah. I was telling you earlier, around Halloween, this is the site of a popular tour that they do. It's called the Tour of Untimely Departures.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I've got to check that out this year. I'm definitely going to go.
So is that exclusively like a young people who died young, untimely?
No, it's all kinds of people that died here in the history of all of them. It's going to be a cool tour. I've never done it before, but But you can bring kids. It's like they have, and then they'll have like people dressed up as ghosts, and they hand out like candy and stuff.
Just when you said that in my head, I'm like, there's a tour that we do a specific dead children's tour of this. Yeah. Okay.
No, it's not that, but I would go to that too. Okay, so some of the things that are here. Actually, before I get into it, why don't I run down my sources really quick? So the sources I looked at for this episode were Ghost Hunting Oregon by Donna Stewart, the Portland Mercury, Wikipedia.
Hell yeah.
Old reliable.
Got it.
noiseandcolorpdx.com, the Oregon Encyclopedia, it's oregonencyclopedia.org, and Reddit.
There you go.
Yeah, so I'm nothing if not studious.
Yeah, her notes right here, it's all in proper MLA citation. That shit's dope.
So some of the things that we can try to find, we probably won't find many of them, but there's a white obelisk. How do you say that word? Is it obelisk?
I have no idea.
Have you heard that word before?
Obelisk?
No, see how it's spelled? Obelisk?
Oh,
Plus I have a Midwestern accent. That probably doesn't help anything.
Yeah.
It's an obelisk.
Yeah, an obelisk.
So everyone knows that. I don't know what obelisk means.
Neither do I.
Full disclosure. Okay, good deal. Perfect. So that's what we're looking for.
Okay, yeah. All right, it's white.
It's a white. It's just like an obelisk.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a word that I will be saying from now on.
Look for an obelisk.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I don't know what that means. We'll Google that before we actually like walk around.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be like, oh, an obelisk. Yeah. Everyone listening is like, they don't know what a fucking obelisk is.
Those fucking idiots. Someone's screaming at the thing right now. An obelisk is clearly...
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm naturally blonde. I don't know what Dylan's excuse is.
Yeah, I'm just regular dumb. Just no, I wish I had an excuse.
Yeah, I don't know how long I can coast on that excuse, but I use it all the time. Wait, did you look it up?
Yeah.
What does it say?
A stone pillar typically having a square or rectangular cross-section and a pyramid top, set up as a monument or a landmark.
Wait, is there a picture along with that we can look at? Oh, okay, it's like one of those. Everyone's like, fucking obviously.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yep, there we go.
Perfect. This is more of an educational podcast than anything.
Welcome to We Google Things For You.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Slowly, and it's something you probably already knew. Anyway, so there's a white obelisk out here.
Oh, that's dope.
Honoring. You don't even know what it is yet. I can't wait to see a fucking obelisk. That's what I'm here
excited. I think we just saw Chaz's.
Yeah. Oh, was it? Maybe that was an obelisk. It was, dude. It kind of was an obelisk.
Yeah.
We didn't even know. This changes everything.
Yeah. I'm about to swallow my gum, man. I can't believe this shit.
I do that all the time. Is that gross?
No. No, not at all.
Anyway, so there's a white obelisk, and it's honoring a man named Dr. James C. Hawthorne. This guy was a cool guy. He ran an insane asylum in the 1800s. Actually, that asylum is now the site of the Southeast Lucky Lab Brew Pub.
Yep.
So wherever that is where the insane asylum used to be.
Oh, nice. That's right across the street from Helium Comedy Club.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. I'll have to check it out next time I am over at Helium. I can just go get a drink there and then go to Helium. Okay, so anyway, Dr. James C. Hawthorne was awesome. He cared a lot for his patients, even when their families had forgotten about them. He actually buried more than 130 of his patients in Lone Fir on his own dime after their families had just thrown them away.
My bad. I was expecting you to be like a turn, like, oh yeah, he's a really good guy. He took care of his...
I'll let you know if they're dicks.
Okay. I was waiting for like, oh shit, he killed these people and he buried them himself.
No.
Okay,
Dr. Hawthorne's the man.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
That makes sense why they would name a cool street after.
Well, I was going to say, even the Hawthorne district, I don't know if that has anything to do with him or maybe it's a whole family that was here. But anyway, no, he's great. He buried a lot of people on his own dime and actually cared more for his patients than a lot of their own families did.
Okay.
Because in an insane asylum, a lot of times people will kind of, unfortunately...
Shit, like mental health, like today is still stigmatized. I can't even imagine back then. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, definitely. No, it is hugely stigmatized. Yeah, they would just be forgotten about. And like you've seen some stuff about asylums too that were run really shittily. I did an episode with Lydia Manning about an insane asylum that was run in a way that was really pretty fucked up, you know? So like that has never been uncommon. So it actually is uncommon to hear about someone like Dr. James Hawthorne. So no, he's the man. Yeah, I'm about him. So he is actually buried here, and if we can find that obelisk, that would be really, really cool.
That would be rad.
Yeah, because I respect that dude. There's also a notable gravestone here, which I hope we find too, that features carved statues of James P. Stevens and his wife Elizabeth, who actually donated the land for this cemetery.
Oh, okay.
Remember you were talking earlier about like how much value this land probably had?
Yeah. Like, you know, with all the development in Portland, I figure it's only a matter of time before we get some legit haunted condos in here.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's kind of a bummer idea, but you're totally right.
Hey, you know.
No, but actually, there are groups that are protecting this cemetery, so they're actually...
Okay, that's awesome.
They're going to avoid that, yeah. Yeah, actually, the group that does the tour of untimely departures, that's the same group that protects this area.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
You think they own a lot of cats? Like the people that tend... I just imagine they're cat people.
Well, I'm a total cat person, so that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. No disrespect to any cat person.
No. But anyway, yeah, so I actually saw a picture of their gravestone online, and it's really cool because there's like carved statues of what they look like, and it's pretty big.
Nice. Oh, well, you gotta... If you're donating the land for a big cemetery, you gotta stunt on everybody.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta be like, okay, yeah, you guys can live here eternally, but we're gonna have the most ballin' statues.
You have an obelisk? Great.
Yeah.
We have fucking statues.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah,
right?
No one knows what that is. We have a statue. Everyone knows what a statue is.
I'm gonna Google what a statue is. Really.
Let me know. Look, make sure there's a picture.
Oh, okay. I see it now.
Statues. How do you say that word? Is it statues?
Yeah.
So like I said, Dr. Hawthorne buried a lot of his patients here, but it's actually not known where he buried his patients. It's speculated, though, that they were laid to rest in unmarked graves in that open field known as Block 14. And it's on the corner of Southeast 20th and Morrison, so we can probably find it. It'll just be like a field.
Morrison's right there. So 20th, that's going to be down that way.
Oh, good. You're good at directions. I am not. So great. We'll have to go over there because there are a couple things. There are a shitload of people buried in Block 14.
Okay, yeah, that's going to be down that way.
Okay, we'll have to go check that out. That was actually a segregated area where Chinese laborers were buried with unmarked graves because of racism. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, when you go through the records through Multnomah County, a lot of them are just listed as Chinamen. Yeah. Like they're not even, they don't even have their names listed in a register. But they do have a number of people that should be there. So in 1948, Multnomah County bulldozed that whole area of Block 14 and exhumed the bodies, but they found that the count was too high to have just been the laborers buried there.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, why they thought, okay, well, maybe some of Dr. Hawthorne's patients were buried there as well. Like, I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
And then actually later in the early 2000s, Multnomah County intended to construct a building at Block 14, and they found the femur bone of a small girl.
Oof, yeah.
So there's all kinds of people buried down there.
Yeah, I imagine it'd be hard to, it's probably a continual process.
Oh, yeah. Exhuming all those bodies.
Oh, God. Yeah.
That's, brutal. Yeah, so, I mean, because of this, basically Block 14 has a lot of unmarked graves of a lot of, hundreds of bodies. And that's why...
Block 14's like the hip, dive bar of this cemetery. It's like, look, the graves aren't even really marked. We don't really know, but it's pretty cool. Cheap PBRs over there.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure you can find PBR cans strewn all over the fucking place.
Oh, for sure.
So, actually, all right, this is a good story.
Okay, yeah, let me hear it.
One notable occupant in this cemetery is a woman named Charity Lamb.
Charity Lamb?
Charity Lamb.
That's a stage name?
No, that's her real name. And I know, I thought the same thing. You can't even come up with a more docile name than Charity Lamb.
Exactly.
Okay, so Charity was married to a man who was named Nathaniel Lamb, and he was a complete dick. I will tell you that from the get-go.
Okay.
So he was known as a wife beater and a cattle thief.
you get home from stealing cattle, man. You
gotta take it out on the missus. It's really hard to tell which one of those is worse.
Yeah.
But
I'll go with the wife.
I guess I'd go cattle thief. Oh, wife.
Yeah, but cattle, it's underrepresented.
Yeah, but dude, cattle.
You're gonna steal cattle, man. That's fucked up.
Yeah, that is totally fucked up. Plus, he beat his wife.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
that guy was. Note.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so that guy was a total dick.
I mean, beating women, terrible, straight up. But beating a woman.
Steal a cow?
But beating a woman named Charity.
Oh, Charity Lamb, no less. I guess that was his name, Lamb, that he gave her.
Yeah.
But Charity?
Yeah, you're gonna what do you do, man? Oh, I attacked Charity. Like what? That didn't even.
That's the worst thing I've ever
You're supposed to
thought
donate to charity.
Yeah, you give to charity. You don't take away.
Maybe he was like a real piece of shit, and that's like how he referred to it to his friends. He's like, "Oh, I was donating to charity,
giving it to charity."
Yeah.
That can get awful. Actually, I could keep going, but I really shouldn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Charity Lamb. I mean, she's probably among us at this time.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. So, blah, blah, blah. She's married to Nathaniel. Nathaniel's a dick. Okay, so on Saturday, May 13th, 1854, Nathaniel was eating lunch and going on and on about shooting a bear. Fuck this guy already.
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
He didn't shoot a bear.
Which he was lying about, by the way.
Of course. He shot at squirrels or something.
No, yeah.
But then he's like going on and on. No, it was this bear. It's like,
oh, yeah. I'm sure he had some fishing stories. Like, it was a bigger bear. At which point, Charity came up behind him and struck him twice in the back of his head with a fucking axe.
Nice.
Twice.
That sounds like a Coen Brothers movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
Good for you, Charity. Fuck
I know. Yeah, I know. Charity's fucking awesome.
Yeah. You think once she did it, she's like, that's tax deductible. She's a Charity. She can use that.
I think about when I think about this, though? The fact that she hit him in the back of the head with an axe twice means that she hit him in the back of the head and then pulled it out. Yeah, that's not easy to do. She had to probably put her foot up on his back.
Yeah, twerk it around a little.
Pulled it back and did it again. You want to know what's fucking crazy, too?
What's that?
He survived for like 2 weeks before he actually fully died. What?
Good for him.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
Nathaniel. All the cows went free.
Yeah.
And Charity's like, go!
Yeah, man.
How many cows do you think he had?
Oh, he was stealing a bunch.
He had a shitload of cows. Where did he put all those cows?
I don't know.
Me neither.
But yeah, fuck that dude. Damn, but that's crazy to think. Like, I get weirded out thinking about, even with how lucky we are with, medicine today, just that would be the fucking worst.
Oh yeah, totally. Because when is this?
Like
1854.
Okay, you might have a morphine hookup.
How did he live that long?
Oh, just hate. Probably just.
Yeah. Oh my God. Evil people live forever.
Yeah. No, the shittier the person, like a good person is going to die on a one axe to the head.
Oh, easily. Easy. Yeah, at least. Maybe a heart attack before the axe hits.
Oh my word.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing good stuff.
Or maybe it was, oh my word.
A real piece of shit is, that's.
Gonna stick it out. Yeah, fuck that guy. Anyway, but what a badass way to kill your shitty husband. Yeah. Anyway, so at the time, Oregon was a territory, so it wasn't a state yet. But she was the first woman in Oregon to ever be convicted of murder.
Ooh, good. Fucking
a trailblazer. I love Charity. Okay,
Pioneer.
So I said in my notes, remember that Nathaniel totally had it coming. Just in case anyone felt bad for this fucking asshole. So Charity actually testified that he tried to poison her. One of their 5 children, actually 2 of their children reported that he had beaten the mom. But one kid said specifically, reported that he once struck her with a hammer and often punched and kicked her. He regularly threatened her with violence and even once shot a gun in her direction to scare her.
Yeah,
this guy, 2 axe to the head.
Oh, easy. She should, honestly, I don't mean to disrespect Charity, but she should have just kept going. Fuck that 2 weeks.
Or maybe after, if you pull an axe out of someone's fucking head.
I just scared the shit out of myself with this shadow. What?
I saw you get scared for a second.
Yeah.
But you know what I was thinking is that it would be really hard to pull an axe out of someone's head. Because like going through the skull too, and like that would be so tight. So like to pull it out and to do it a second time, she probably was just fucking exhausted.
Oh yeah.
She was like, it's done. I hit you in the head twice with a fucking axe.
Yeah, and you know how it is when you act like somewhat impulsively, like when you're mad and you just
like, who gives a shit about the bear?
And then the second you did it, there might have been a second of like regret, like, oh, maybe that was a little much. But then it's like, oh well, fuck it, I'm already here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let me try to finish it off, and then she's not gonna go again. She's just like, I should probably call someone. She should just let him bleed out.
Yeah, right there.
Like, yeah, but she must have called someone maybe, because how would he survive that too? That's weird. Anyway, during the week leading up to his murder, Nathaniel had casually told Charity of his plan to kill her, abandon the family, and head to California.
Again, this dude's all talk. There's no fucking like he's one of those
there
pieces.
Wasn't a bear.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit where he's like, yeah, I killed this giant bear, and then I'm gonna leave you and I'm gonna go to California. It's like, Nathan, if you were about that life, you would have gone. You just would have gone.
You just would have done it.
Yeah,
and that's why Charity was like, oh, you're gonna kill me. Especially, just don't talk about it. Just do it.
Can you imagine how easy it must have been to abandon your family back in the 1800s?
Oh my God, yeah.
You're just like, peace.
Yeah, bye. Find me. I don't have social media.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to see him on Instagram.
So Charity was sent to an all-male penitentiary before being transferred to Dr. Hawthorne's insane asylum. So it all comes full circle. So she went back to Dr. Hawthorne's. Her grave, unfortunately, was paved over in 1930. So we won't be able to find it. Bummer. Because I wish we could. I love Charity.
Yeah.
Another notable occupant whose final resting place is known as the Bottler Tomb is George Frederick Bottler. When it's spelled like this, is it still Frederick or is it Friedrich?
Oh, that might be Friedrich.
Okay, George Friedrich Bottler is another notable occupant. He's actually one of the first brewers in the Dalles. Okay,
good for you, man.
So, like I said, his final resting place is known as the Bottler Tomb. That's his last name.
Jeez, the Dalles suck now. Like that, God, that must have been so boring.
I've never been to the Dalles. Is it terrible?
It's right on the gorge there, but...
Oh, wait, maybe I have been. I mean, I've been to Multnomah Falls.
It's farther out.
Further out, okay. Okay, so in 1856, George Friedrich Bottler's brother, who actually... Okay, so something interesting about these brothers, they both have the same first name. Like, I don't know what the hell that's all about. I've never met or heard of that happening.
It was rough times, man. They didn't have so many names. It was a different time, man.
They had a limit. Just George. So his name is George Friedrich Bottler. His brother's name is George Michael Bottler.
I like if they give him a different middle name.
Right. Yeah, so, to distinguish between the two. Yeah, so anyway. So George Friedrich Bottler, one of the first brewers in the Dalles. His brother, also George Bottler, but George Michael Bottler.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, George Michael Bottler opened Portland's second brewery ever called the City Brewery. And after he died, it was bought by his buddy, Henry Weinhard. Oh, maybe you've heard of him.
Yeah, things worked out for him.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? I thought that was cool. George Friedrich Bottler was buried by his brother, George Michael Bottler.
It's not confusing at all.
Not at all. In Lone Fir, where we are, under a 6-foot pink marble slab that reads, "Gently his ashes shall rest." We should try to find it.
Yeah.
That's the Bottler tomb. So it's a pink slab. I mean, it's really dark, but with our phone lights.
You think it's got a bottle opener on it?
I hope it does. That'd be fucking rad.
On, man.
If I ever have a gravestone, it's going to have a bottle opener on it.
Yeah,
pour one out.
Exactly. There we go.
So George Michael Bottler actually got an adjoining grave with his brother, and he meant to be buried there, but he died in Germany and was buried in Germany instead, which kind of sucks. Like, that probably wasn't cheap.
Just on the other side of the world.
Yeah, who's cunning? But they still have good beer over there, so I guess, cool. So the last kind of cool site that we can look for, and we'll probably be able to find this one because I've actually been there before, the resting place of Captain Daniel Wright, and it has 4 redwoods surrounding it, which is why it would be pretty easy to find. So Daniel Wright was a Mason, like a Freemason, who went down to California during the gold rush, and the redwoods were sent up to be planted around him, just kind of to, honor him.
You're damn right they were. I'll leave now.
No, that was actually really good.
I'll leave. I'm sorry.
I really appreciate it. Get the fuck out of here. Just kidding. So sometimes some assholes hang out here on full moon nights.
Oh, I bet.
And leave a bunch of just garbage around his grave. So you can find melted wax, incense, narcotics, alcohol, and other garbage.
People are leaving their narcotics there. Good for them.
I know, right? I'm thinking that what they meant was like used needles or something. Yeah. Like no one's fucking leaving their drugs there. That's not happening.
Yeah, I would like to meet that person.
Yeah, no one's leaving their drugs. I'm sure it was the paraphernalia. Yeah, I agree. But anyway, they think that because of the Masonic symbol, like the Freemason symbol, and the placement of the trees, that the spot holds a unique energy.
Oh, I bet it does.
I mean, actually, I've been there, and it is kind of cool to like be in the middle of the trees and be at the grave. And unfortunately, the grave itself has been kind of what's that called when people fuck with something?
Fucked up?
Yeah, the grave is fucked up. You know what I mean? There's a word for it. Vandalized.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's the word.
Yeah.
I read books.
I'm gonna Google that word real quick.
Like, sure. So yeah, and it's actually reduced down to just a stump.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. It's so disrespectful. Like, people that are coming here to be like, oh, we're celebrating this unique energy. Fucking respect the grave. Yeah. Someone paid for that.
Isn't something like Jim Morrison's grave?
Yeah, I've heard that too in Paris. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard I've heard that you can't actually even go back there anymore because it's so regularly. I mean, I'm sure you can get around.
Oh, yeah, it's just, I mean, people, it's like, go. You want to see some weird shit, you want to find a specific spot, like, go check it out, be cool, but then just
respect the space. Yeah, anywhere you are. If you're at someone's fucking house,
exactly,
respect it. Anywhere you are. It's so stupid.
You can have fun and then leave it for other people to have fun too.
Yeah, why wouldn't you do that? People are dicks. So, on a scale of 1 to horrified, how scared are you in the cemetery right now in the dark?
I feel like, it's knowing that it's like not too late, but not too scared. But I mean,
don't be a hero.
No, I mean, it's creepy.
Okay, because you're about to get fucking horrified about this story I'm about to tell you.
All right, lay it on.
Something that happened here, I think. So this is the scariest story I have found about the Lone Fir, and it's about a haunting. It's not something that happened when people were living. Okay. It's a haunting.
Let's hear it. So,
a couple of buddies were hanging out. They were actually trying to meet someone else outside of the cemetery, so probably like on the sidewalk where we were walking before. It's about 11:30 p.m., so right now it's about 10:30. It's about 11:30. Him and his buddy were hanging out, waiting for someone to come along. So I was walking along the paved trail. Or you know what happened? They were waiting outside of the fence, outside of the cemetery where we were walking in on the sidewalk. And their buddy was going to be late to meet them. So they were like, well, let's just hop the fence and like walk through the cemetery and check it out. Yeah. Like what we're doing right now. So they were walking down the paved trail that we walked on to get up here. And for listeners, we're in this giant cemetery, but there is a paved trail that kind of runs through the whole thing. And that's what we followed to get to where we are right now.
Yeah.
So anyway, so they were walking along the trail and they saw a man standing still about 50 yards ahead of them. And they couldn't really see them, but they were just standing there. And so they thought it was someone trying to like freak them out. So he said that he just yelled, "What up?" And that's in quotes, like, "What up?" Which is like, I respect that.
Hell yeah.
So
it's
then
a nice neutral.
Yes.
Hello. Okay.
What up, dude? Because they thought someone was just fucking with them, so they were kind of like trying to play along. So they walked toward the figure until they were only 20 feet away. And when they were 20 feet away from it, the figure unnaturally jerked its head upward toward the sky.
When was this?
This was a couple years ago. Okay. This was like recently. So this figure just unnaturally, he said it was like catatonic, the way he moved. Okay. Like where he just like looked up at the sky. And they just thought that was weird. So they walked a little closer until they could make out the face of the man. And he described him as being an old man with a beard, wearing a white shirt and black pants. And he was still staring at the sky, even when they walked closer than 20 feet away from the sky. So they were right up on him. Yeah, so the guy and his buddy, they're walking up, and the guy who said, "What up?" he just said hello to the figure. And in response, the old man let out what he described as a blood-curdling yell and jerked his head violently at the two guys. He said his eyes were completely blank looking, and he just stared at them for a while and then yelled again while staring at them. So naturally the two guys ran the fuck out of the cemetery.
Of course.
And then after they kind of like caught their breath and were like, what the fuck just happened? They actually came back after to check if it was some guy like on PCP or something, and found no trace of anyone.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Isn't that scary?
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to check out the cemetery?
Yeah. People, let's go find this dude.
Let's look.
Hey, but straight up, if we walk and I see a dude look up, we're just gonna leave, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
No what up, just
no what ups, no hellos.
Yeah.
Okay, well we might, as we're running, I might be like, what up?
Yeah, we can put that in post. You can add it
it's like obviously different sound quality. What up?
I'll give you a whole
like Dylan, don't be so brave.
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry, this is just how I naturally am. I'm a very heroic, brave person. It's what I'm known for. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we should look for obelisks.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking the main graves I kind of want to see if we can't find are...
That Block 14 thing?
Oh yeah, we should look for that. At least we know where that is, so we can kind of head that way. But I kind of want to see the statues.
Oh, definitely.
And those are like statues carved into a grave. Like I've seen the picture of it online. And then, let me see the statues. I would love to see the Hawthorne obelisk. That would be cool.
Yeah.
The pink marble one for Bottler.
Now, after hearing that story, now I'm like, okay, what's up, man? Where's...
I know, that's why I saved it for last.
Because, there's all these, like all the tombstones or whatever that are kind of high up.
Mm-hmm. You think they're all like a man? Yeah.
But it's nice being able to also look and see, okay, there are cars right there. So, if shit goes down.
And plus, I'm here. I'll protect you.
I appreciate that.
No problem.
But even just hearing a blood-curdling scream, damn.
Well, and what I think of is the guy screaming at them, at their face, and having a blank, and actually him pausing. That would be scary as fuck. And so suddenly, scary. His eyes are blank, and then he screams again.
Yeah.
Fuck that. What are those ones? These are more above the ground, these graves. Oh my gosh, it's a little garden. You can plant plants here.
Ooh, they got some nice basil.
That's kind of cool. Is that basil?
No.
These are some these newer ones that have a photograph of someone on them. Those ones kind of creep me out more.
Yeah. Just look at how ominous this looks though. Just this uphill.
Is this just a post or is this a brick? It does look ominous. I should probably... the thing is I want to take a picture of what that looks like, but it's not going to do it justice.
Yeah. What's this?
Those are called, starts with an M. What's it called when you are in a tomb, basically?
Oh, mausoleum?
Mausoleum? Oh my god, it's the Bottler tomb! I'm so excited. It's cool to do a bunch of research on something and then to actually be there, Oh, look, the top of it is all open. Look at the top of this. The top of the Bottler tomb is open.
Oh, gnarly.
Do you want to lift me up and I'll get in there? Just kidding. Wouldn't that be awesome? Is that it? Is that the pink marble?
That's Eliza J.
No. But it is pink marble, isn't it?
Yeah.
That must be a...
What's crazy, it's been here since 1901.
When was Bottler buried? So he was... Hang on. Let's go to the notes from this episode. 1856. Oh wait, that's when his brother opened the second brewery. It doesn't say when he was buried, so it would have been sometime after 1856. Oh, there's flowers that were put here recently. Oh, that's a kiddo.
Yeah, damn.
Jones. That's my last name. It's a really uncommon one, so it's exciting to see it. Oh, that's a big obelisk.
Yeah, it is.
That's an obelisk. That's cool. We found one of them, though, the Bottler tomb. Crawford M. Dobbins.
That's a hell of a fucking name.
That is a hell of a name.
Yeah, this is my lawyer, Crawford M. Dobbins.
Crawford
I
M.
do say.
Dobbins. Was that left? Did you hear that?
Yeah. I'm that could be someone on the sidewalk, in which that's totally cool. But if it's inside, that's creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, that's on the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't that creepy?
Yeah. No, that's...
I hope the mics are picking that up. They're pretty nice mics.
As someone who spends, my free time trying to get people to laugh, being in the cemetery, hearing a laugh is like, nah,
it's like, this is the only time.
Nah, man.
That you're like, maybe not.
Like, this section's all nice and, like, raised up. This has got to be...
Prime real estate?
Yeah, these got to be some people.
Yeah, well, there's definitely people buried here. No, this is the pet cemetery.
Yeah.
These obelisks are for pets.
Well, see, I'm just curious about this one right here.
I was too. It's a pretty one. H.A. Kitely Walker, wife of John P. Walker.
Like, it's all these things there. Like, she was so-and-so's wife.
I know.
That's all you need to know.
You're like, what else is important? I don't know.
Like, we put a book there, but she wasn't allowed to read.
She couldn't read. She was a woman.
So it's decoration. She thought they looked pretty.
Oh, here it is. Yes, I'm so excited.
Oh, that is creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got like.
Isn't it cool to hear the story and then find them? The cemetery episodes are great. I want to do more of these ones.
Like, she looks like what's his name? Vigo from Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, I haven't seen Ghostbusters 2 since I was like 6.
Well, oh my God.
I will Google it when I get home.
Here, I'll Google it right now.
Yeah, you're right. It's the future.
Oh my. Look at that. You tell me.
Oh yeah, you're totally right.
Like, she looks just like Vigo. That's intense.
You're so right. Yeah. So these are the people that donated the land for this cemetery.
Wait. So see, and they left some change.
Yeah.
For them. What were their names?
Their names are James P. Stevens and his wife Elizabeth.
Okay.
Wife of James P. Stevens.
Yep,
oh, look, they're holding hands.
Yeah.
That's kind of cute. Or he's kind of holding her hand.
She's got a cane.
They're both distinguished.
They must have been so fucking rich. Like,
yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, they were very rich. Look how they're dressed.
They're balling.
Look at their statues.
Like, he's got nicer shoes than I got right now.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, those buttons?
Yeah. Ooh, ivory. Dead elephants.
Definitely. Man. Multiple elephants were harmed in the making of that coat.
I like how he's kind of like looking down at us, you know?
Yeah, literally and figuratively.
Yeah. So he's like, look, I'm going to give you this land, but I know I'm better than you.
Obelisk, schmobelisk.
Yeah.
That one's kind of cool. This looks like Lord of the Rings kind of.
Yeah, man, this is an Elvish. So if you were balling, you get a tombstone. Yeah, just
with a candle and Elvish written on the bottom. That's fucking awesome. Wait, is it May 2nd? No, May 36th. Wait, 36? That's not right. No, May 30th.
No, man, it was different. In the 1800s, man, May was fucking the shit.
May lasted all year long.
Oh, man. What about, okay, so we got a big one up over here.
Do you think are you talking about an obelisk?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a grave right there. Like, there's so many people buried here. Holy shit.
See, beloved wife and...
nothing else.
Yeah. That's all she was.
And died.
Yeah.
Beloved wife who died.
There was a man who cared about her. His name was Greg.
We forgot her fucking name. But she's dead now. That's kind of a little obelisk. Oh no, it broke. It's like, this guy is like moderately important.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sad when like the words are like you can't read what they say anymore.
Yeah, it's like you realize like when they say something's etched in stone, it's like, yeah, that still isn't permanent.
Yeah, that doesn't really mean a lot. Like, I mean, it means something. It's better than like chalk. Well, we definitely have to stop at block 14.
So yeah, that's gonna be over here.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the barren field that they were talking about, right?
Okay, so this is block 14.
So
is this the 20th and Morrison?
I believe so.
Oh, maybe it's right there where the fenced off area is. You think?
Yeah, this is 20th and Morrison right here.
Where there's that fence? Or maybe it's just where we are right now. But I think it's that fenced off spot right there.
Okay, yeah.
I think all of this is block 14. This whole field.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of bodies buried under here, and they've obviously exhumed a bunch of them.
But they just don't even know,
They don't even know. Yeah, there could be still a whole bunch more down there.
Damn. rest in peace to all of y'all. I appreciate your labor. Your labor force.
Yep. And sorry your families are all assholes.
Yeah.
Those of you that Hawthorne buried.
That's right. Oh shit, man. That's.
You don't choose where you come from.
The grasses, they're letting it like get a little longer. You know, they're. Damn, that's a trip to think about.
It's kind of weird that they're not tending to this field. You know what I mean? Like, why aren't they? Like, they're taking care of the rest of it. Why are they leaving this space alone?
Maybe they're just like, they were crazy, man. They.
In Chinese.
Yeah. Like, if you just mow the grass, you're gonna have to mow it again in half an hour, man. It's.
You talking about like eating Chinese food?
Yeah. That's a bad one.
I like it. I'm gonna check out that sign and see if it says Block 14 because that'd be
hilarious if this was just like, and this is just a garden.
This is a garden.
It's just a regular ass.
A garden of grass.
And we're like, oh man, it's so deep looking at it.
This is the future. Oh my god, it is a garden. Holy shit. The future home of the Cultural Heritage Garden at Lone Fir Cemetery.
Well, then this must.
Wait, but Southeast Morrison and 20th.
Yeah.
So isn't this?
Yeah, that's the.
It is the Block 14.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. This is the grass garden of Lone Fir Cemetery.
That terrible Chinese food joke I made was all for naught.
It was in poor taste.
It was.
Some might say.
There you go. You're gonna leave a 1-star Yelp review on that joke.
Oh wait, here's the rules. They're open from 7 a.m. to sunset. Whoops.
Ooh.
Raise the natural habitat, keep the area safe, preserve habitat, natural blah 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 blah.
Hey, we don't have any weapons, or anything, so.
Except for our sharp sense of humor, our sharp wits.
Razor sharp wits over here will cut you.
I don't remember ever having that much fun in a cemetery, honestly. I hope you had fun too. Hey, if you live in Portland, you have to come check out Dylan's show every Friday at 8:30. It's called Standing Upright at the Ape Theater on Northeast Alberta Street. And be sure to follow him on Instagram at Dylan Jenkins 89. That's at DYLAN Jenkins 89. While you're there, follow us on social media too, at Lit Dark Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you haven't yet, check out our website, litdarkpodcast.com. If you love our show and haven't subscribed yet, why the fuck not? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate your support. Special thanks goes to Sarah Schneider, my manager, Jonathan Cooper, my graphic designer, Chris Finster, my producer, Dan Stutzman for being you and all that you do, Nick Wilson and everyone at Bridge City Sessions, Dylan Jenkins, my hilarious guest, all of my amazing friends and family who have supported me, and a huge thank you to all of you for listening.